Like 500 stones, episode 17. There's a champagne supernova in this list. But we got us Jay Burnz. He's an awesome guy. And we're gonna talk about music. The top 100 songs. Yes, 100 to 75.
Yeah. I started to notice that my arm was flapping as soon as I did that, so I calmed down. But we did it. Welcome to Like 500 Stones. We are finally in the top 100 songs of all time. I can't believe that we're here.
Crazy.
Yeah. Brooklyn, I do want to talk to you, though, real quick. Brooklyn Vale, everybody. Thank you again for fantastic performance there. I do want to talk to you real quick. How dare you?
How dare I what?
How did the disrespect on the last episode was, I can't, like, this, the disrespect, the slight disrespect to Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, the disrespect to Yeah Yeah Yeahs, and the utter disrespect to Buddy Holly and the Crickets.
What? Oh, of course you're the one Buddy Holly stan.
Completely unforgivable. Also, Bruce Springsteen. But with that being said, I had to get it out there. With that being said, we're in the top 100. My God, I can't speak today. This is going to be great because if there's anybody who's going to jump on my inconsistencies, it's Jay Burnz.
I'm at Burger King with my Burger Queen. I swear to God, if that's not song number 17, I'm out this bitch.
Well, we'll find out in a couple episodes because you ain't talking about number 17.
I thought we were starting at 500 and working our way down.
Yeah.
That's next episode, buddy.
It's a 7-hour episode.
This is basically like, you know how in the NCAA tournament.
Don't bring up March Madness. Fuck you, sir.
Now that we've brought the actual name up, we have been demonetized. Thank you so much, 1J Burnz.
Okay.
But like the play in order to get into the tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this episode is.
I would disagree. I have some opinions about this this list of 25.
Speaking of which, Jay, do you know anything about this list beforehand? Did you study for this episode? What's going on?
So I don't know how much behind the scenes work actually goes on here. I don't know if you have spilled the tea about how you devised this, but I did receive a list of the 25 songs just because I looked up and I Googled everything because I wanted to see where everything was going to be. Also, I do have to say one thing. Never disrespect late 80s, early 90s hip hop in my presence. I will choke a bitch.
So you have to. So I think one thing we have to remember, Andrew, is that even if we don't give them the songs or whatever, we have to remember that people do have access to the internet, and that the very screen that you are sharing, other people can easily obtain. Maybe they.
Yeah, apparently, Mr. Producer Man likes. Yeah, apparently, Mr. Producer Man likes to go around behind my back.
Mr. Producer Man.
Yeah, but. With that being said, let's get into this list. Where we last left off was the panel disrespecting the Yeah Yeah Yeahs maps. Jay, do you know this song? Any thoughts on this song at all?
No.
Okay.
I will say the last
time 3 Ys. So why not yeah is this song number 101.
Wow, my God, the disrespect. This song's amazing. I will say the last time it was on the list, though, in the 2010 list, this song was at 386. So this has skyrocketed since then.
Wow.
But with that, it's probably because Beyonce sampled it in one of her Lemonade songs.
That's fair.
But with that being said,
send a tip to the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. We're gonna move on to number 100. We're gonna start with Bob Dylan. "Blowing in the Wind." I'm gonna start with this one. I love this song. We've talked about Bob Dylan a lot of times, and most of the time I've been positive, sometimes negative, but this is one of the ones where this is one of the ones I think of right away when I think of Bob Dylan. And once again, it's his poetry. It's the way that he writes lyrics that I think really is the strength of this song. It's just got this beautiful poetic cadence to it, and a deep sense of earnestness that really carries through with the instrumentation, especially since it's just him and his guitar and I think a harmonica.
There's an 8-minute harmonica solo in this song.
Yeah. Jay, what are your thoughts on this song?
How many roads must a man walk down, my boy, is a question that when I thought of this song, it makes me think of like certain TV shows, like Raising Hope. The main character sings this song like multiple times throughout it. But actually listening to the lyrics of this song being sung by Bob Dylan, yeah, I'm going to bring this up multiple times. 100 through 75, these songs are depressing as fuck, bro. These songs are mad depressing. And we started off with Blowing in the Wind, and holy shit. No, I love this song. I think it could be a little bit higher. I don't know if there's going to be any more Bobby D on here, but
knowing the list so far, I wouldn't be surprised. Brooklyn?
Yeah, this song's cool. I think the first time I heard this would have been on Forrest Gump, whenever Jenny sings it in the strip club, I believe. But yeah, I love the lyrics in the chorus. Like, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind, and it's just a very cool symbolism of like, we don't really know what's ahead of us. It's just kind of out there. But yeah, I've kind of gotten, so I don't think his harmonica solos are that good. Like, they're a little like kind of all over the place. He doesn't quite give it a full sound. I think I'm kind of spoiled because Neil Young, his, like, whatever he does, his harmonica solos, like, they're full and clear. But yeah, a great song.
I actually like the way that this one works with it, because it does, like, you know, you can see what's on the screen itself, but that whole do with it, like, really just kind of sets the tone for the song, and it works for me.
Before we move on, you want to know where this song was on the 2010 list? The last time this list came out?
386.
I'd say I'll take the under.
14.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this has lost a little bit of its luster somehow in the public. But we'll see if it ever.
I don't think it's in the top 100 next year.
Wow. I probably agree with you, sadly. Staying Alive by the Bee Gees at number 99 is a different story. It was at number 191, so this is actually shot up the ranks. Jay's already dancing and moving and grooving. Jay, how about we start with you?
So I asked a coworker at work today if they could have one song follow them around that everybody could hear, like their theme song. One of my cooks at work chose Bee Gees' "Staying Alive," and I was just like, "Yeah, I get it, but." Like, this is the song I learned CPR to. This is the song that I learned chest compressions to. This is great, but exactly. Staying alive. So, like, there's a lot here, but it's John Travolta for me in the fucking white suit. That's all I can think of every time I hear this. This is, you know, they say it's 1970s. This is like pure disco, and this is like disco at its height. And it was funkadelic to me. It works. Like, it's just funky, bro.
Yeah. The Brooklyn, let's go to you.
Yeah. So if disco at its height, I'm sorry, ABBA would like to have a word with you, but this is the definition of a fucking strut. Like, you could walk down the sidewalk in this, and it's great. I I love how they space the vocals and the strings in the chorus, especially when we get to that ha 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 part. It gives it such an energizing kind of push. What I think this doesn't really do a good job of, but the band is really good nonetheless. They have really nice harmonies, but it's hard to hear them in in this falsetto. Like we think of like how deep is your love? I think that's a really good example of them just kind of like blending together. But yeah, this is bop and a half.
I think I modeled the way that I walk naturally after this song.
This song gives you a swagger.
Yeah, absolutely. There was like one time in college I was walking down towards my like cafeteria, and my two friends were like, I was looking out the window. Were you listening to Staying Alive by the Bee Gees as you walked over here? Yeah, but this song, that groove is one of the tightest things you will ever hear. That bass line in particular.
Did he freeze for you too?
Is so good. It is just an absolute. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Cool. This is going to be great. But yeah, and this is one of those moments where that falsetto could be an absolute killer. And by killer, I mean it could just like absolutely kill the song if it's not done correctly. Because it is a little screechy, but it works perfectly in this song. And I think the production of this just really helps. The mixing and the blending is absolutely incredible. So with that being said, we're going to groove on over to number 98, being In My Life by the Beatles. Brooklyn, let's have you start off with this one.
Okay, so I believe whenever we did this for like the remaster of playlist, I believe this is in your top 10, and I didn't like it as much. Yeah, I've come up a lot on this. I think I love the lyrics that Johns has in the verse, like when he's talking about like lovers and friends. The chord structure in this is really cool. The Beatles have a knack for going from like they'll stay in like a D. So for example, they'll stay in D, they'll go from D major to D minor, and it has that nice sort of like monochromatic descent. But what's holding this song back is the harpsichord solo. It's going to keep this thing really dated. Because you never hear harpsichords anymore, and like for those who don't know what a harpsichord is, on a piano normally they hit the strings with like a hammer or whatever, but on a harpsichord they pluck them instead, and it has a very old timey sound, and I don't know how it's going to sound like new.
You're insane. The harpsichord solo in this.
Oh, it's technically impressive. It just doesn't.
Gorgeous. I don't agree with that at all, personally. It still sounds so different than like so many other things being played today. Like, how many times do you hear a harpsichord solo? Especially
like
one
of the only examples.
Exactly.
It doesn't make it good.
You shut up, Jay. You'll get your turn. But this is one of the I love this song. This is one of my favorite Beatles songs. And for me, it's the earnestness of the delivery of John's vocals, and it is absolutely the lyrics. It's got one of my favorite openings of all time with there are places I'll remember all my life, though some have changed.
Yeah.
It's a passage of time moment, and it is just incredibly beautiful and sentimental, and I absolutely love it. Jay.
I would just like to point out the last sentence down here. The distinctive harpsichord solo near the song's end is actually an electric piano played by George Martin and sped up on tape. So it is not a harpsichord. You guys are all wrong. We have to start over from the beginning. We can edit that out in post.
Fucking hell.
This is going to be a recurring thing, and maybe it's just because today is probably not the best day for me. But like a lot of these songs are hitting me in my feels. And as much as I am not like the biggest fan of the Beatles, a lot of the fucking like having memory problems, knowing that memories will change over time and will fade, like that opening really does hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, this is a great song though. I absolutely, I like the Beatles a little bit. You know who really loves the Beatles? My grandmother loves the Beatles. She is the one. Well, okay, yes, Andrew James Barr is my grandmother.
Oh, okay. Are you calling me old?
I am your grandmother.
But she had like her favorite album was the White Album for a very long time. So she listened to it on repeat in the car forever and a day. That and like Big and Rich. So like it's yeah, it's weird. Grandma also likes ICP, so like, there's a whole lot. Like she's where I'm like 100% sure she's where I get my eclectic taste in music. But like every time I hear the Beatles, all I can think of is my grandma.
Nah. Okay. I guess I get it. Let's move on to number 97 with Gloria by Patti Smith. First of all, it's Gloria in Excelsis Deo. Get it right, Rolling Stone. Show some goddamn respect. I'll start with this one. This one, I don't think I would have this high, but I do really love this song a lot. Especially, it's got this great build. It's very meticulous at the beginning, very slow. It's taking its time, and then as it builds and bubbles and boils and just explodes. It's this great energy, especially when you're like in. So we talked about them, like back in like I want to say like the 300s, with their song Gloria, and it's just this really great melding of two different pieces, one pre-existing and one more new. I really love the creativity of the song, and I think the build and the explosion are fantastic. Maybe a little high for me, but let's see what Jay has to say.
Okay. So the first time I heard this song, you know what it reminded me of?
What?
Robin Sparkles.
Oh my
Robin
God.
Daggers. This song is so great. Like it has this grungy sound to it. It's got this like Joan Jett-esque sound to it. And I love it, but every time she hits some of these low raspy growls in the song, all I can think of is Robin Scherbatsky.
Interesting. Brooklyn, does this remind you of Robin Scherbatsky?
It doesn't remind me of Robin Scherbatsky. It does. You are right, Jay. It does remind me of Joan Jett. But the comparison that I was going to make is if Joan Jett is here and Blondie is here, then Patti Smith is right in the middle. I think there's just a nice mix of both. Producer man is going wild.
Was she part of the LGBT community?
I have no idea.
Like I'm only curious because like that opening line, Jesus died for somebody's sins but not mine, doesn't sound atheistic. That sounds like somebody who was told that they were going to hell for being different. At least that's the way that I read it.
I'm not sure. But it's definitely a great opening line. I'll give it.
Oh hell yeah!
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you, Andrew. Though, the guitar work in this is great. I feel like this list could almost be subtitled "Songs that want to end by just repeating the same line over and over again."
Oh, one other thing. The reason why they didn't put in Excelsior Dio or in Excelsius Dio is because they couldn't spell it.
Okay, fair enough. Let's move on to number 96. 99 Problems by Jay-Z. Brooklyn, let's have you start off with this one.
I love the rawness of this. It's the one guitar chord that's played throughout. Jay-Z he's one of the few rappers that has that really thick New York like non-rhotic accent, and it works really well in here how he plays like the different characters of like of like the cop, and then whenever he's like being interrogated, this is kind of like a spiritual successor to fuck the police. But if I have to get out, like, so like the inner 12-year-old in me is kind of raising his hand. He's like, talk about collision course. So yeah, the collision course smashing with this is fucking incredible. Where they mix it with some Linkin Park guitar riffs. And I bounced to that as a kid driving down the highway. That was a time and a half. But yeah, this is a really cool rap song. I could see the next time in the list though, this and Fuck the Police swap. I think this will fall and Fuck the Police will come up.
Really? Because fun fact, last time on the list it was 172. So it's actually increased. I actually like this better than Fuck the Police. I like Rick Rubin's instrumentation a little bit better. I think it's more abrasive and in your face. And it kind of gives Jay that extra kind of power to propel the thickness of his voice that he already has, with that slight graveliness. And that second verse is the key verse. That's such a perfectly written verse. I actually also learned stuff from this song, so take note, kids. But yeah, the absolute power, and just like it's got this weird punk energy too, which I really love. I'm finding I love the punk music sound.
Oh yeah.
But I think this is actually a really great spot for this song. Jay, is that a White Claw?
Of course.
Okay. Sure.
Of course. So hear me out here. I think you liking more East Coast type beats, the rawer it is, comes from where you are, because I really do enjoy Fuck the Police a lot, but we're talking two different sounds here in the same thing. We're talking this Midwest East Coast versus like a very West Coast song here. I like this I'm really glad they didn't do the fucking joke thing and put this motherfucker at song number 99, because that's legit what I thought that they were going to do if this song was in the top 100. I like the fact that it's at 96. I like the fact that last time they did this, it was what, in the 170s?
172.
It was 172. I like the fact that I like the fact that it jumped like 120 spot or 72 spots. 74 spots.
Math is hard.
Math is hard. And I've worked like 60 hours in the last like 4 days. So it's been crazy. This is really a weird song for me because what is math? Magnets, how do they work? Jay-Z doesn't do a lot of like storytelling when it comes to a lot of what he does. It's mainly out there. Like his bigger songs are the songs where he tells stories, but a majority of the tracks that he had put out back in the day weren't really like telling a story. This one is like literally breaking a story down bar for bar. And I think a lot of the reason why this song is popping off the way that it is because of the interaction that he has in the song with the police officer. And being able to be like, yo, I kind of do know my rights. No, I haven't passed the bar, but I know a bit. Like, there's a lot going on in this song. And I really like it. And I'm glad that this isn't just all rock and roll and we do get some hip hop here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's been a couple of great hip hop songs throughout this entire list. And I think
what was it last time? Cream?
Yeah, Cream was on the last episode. That and Takes Two.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that unless it's us two teaming up to beat the hell out of somebody who said some negative stuff about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
You still got it in there. Today's gonna be.
Jay, how about you start us off?
Please no. I have
Anyway, here's
literally
Jay with Wonderwall.
I have literally lived that meme. I have gone to a party where a dude has busted out an acoustic guitar and was just like, anyway, here's Wonderwall, and starts fucking strumming it. And I'm just like, bro, stop. I am trying to fucking play this game of beer pong. You are fucking me up. I will beat the shit out of you with your own guitar. I don't hate this song. This is one of those songs where if you only know it from like meme culture, it's gonna piss you off. But if you actually listen to this song, I don't hate this song. Again, kind of a depressing song.
Yeah,
you're gonna be the one who saved me. Yeah, you know, it's weird. It hits me. It hit most of these songs hit differently.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this wasn't even on the list last time. And I think the meme has actually really increased its popularity. But so we haven't even talked about Oasis at all in any of these episodes, which
That's
is a
fine.
shame because. Okay, Jay. Thanks for undercutting me the exact moment I say it's a shame. But
Love you, buddy.
I really like Oasis. This isn't even my favorite Oasis song. It's a very good song, but like Don't Look Back in Anger, Champagne Supernova, better songs than this. However, I will say that if you're gonna do the sentimental guitar thing with the hint of sadness, then absolutely, yeah, this is a great song. I just wish that there were other Oasis songs on this list that were higher than this, but this is easily their most popular and most well-known song, so this is probably going to be the only time we see them. Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was fun to kind of grow up with the song. I was kind of annoyed that it turned into a meme. Because like you were talking last time about the four chords. This is definitely a 4-chord song, but it's a very fun song to play. Some of my favorite lines in this song, like the backbeat, the word is on the street, but the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had it out. It has just enough of an angst, but it still has that gang, everybody from 22, I say, to like 30 knows the lyrics of the song. There was a radio series or a radio show called The History of Rock, and they did an episode where they broke down individual vocals. They did it for a couple of songs, but it did it for this one as well. And it's a really good example of how much of a singer Noel is, because how long he's able to sustain that note. Because a lot of vocalists will either like dip or fall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So with that, we're going to move on to number 94, which is I Will Always Love You, the Whitney Houston version. Brooklyn, start us off with this one.
And this song has kind of got, like, I would argue this song got memed, or this song was really popular on Vine. It got used a lot. Shout out to the Will Sass 11 Vine. But it's like if you like Whitney Houston ballads, this is the perfect thing. It's argued to be one of the best covers for a reason. The sax solo in this is really good. I just think it's similar to like Stand By Me and other songs previous. It's kind of got a bit overplayed.
All right. Jay.
The lyrics of this song are depressing, bro.
Yeah.
Like legit. If I should stay, I would only be in your way. That's a fucked up way to start a song, dude. Like, I get it. This is a song about like loving someone from a distance, but like, holy shit. And then there are just so many different ways that you can take it from there. We all know this song. I think everybody knows this song. I don't remember it from Vine, but that's because I was only on Vine for like 4 days before it got shut down. You're welcome, internet.
Oh, you missed the glory days of Vine. It was before Logan Paul was a piece of shit.
I mean, he's always been, his name's
That was-
always
yeah,
been
but that's-
Logan Paul, so he was always a piece of shit.
But there was a point in time where he was a lovable goof.
But like, this is in the immortal words of Doug Judy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, this is a song to smush to.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna jump in now. So I think I'm on record as saying that I prefer the Dolly Parton version of this song, the original version.
I wonder why.
Well, I changed my mind. I think I like this version better now. And I don't know exactly why that is. It could be just Whitney Houston's vocals. It could be the production is a little bit better. It could be that sax. But I think Whitney does a fantastic job with this. That subtle pause, and then you hit the drums, just boom, and great moment. Yeah, but this song is about a really bad, well, not bad, a breakup, a heartbreaking breakup, but also having a spot in their heart for the person, even though they're no longer going to be with each other. And I think Whitney does a great job at delivering that sentimentality. So yeah, I think this is the right spot for it. As we move on to number 93, Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson, I'm going to be honest, I am shocked it's here. I'm shocked that it's this high. Do I think that it deserves to be on this list? I absolutely do, actually. I think that this is a great pop rock song. This is the kind of song that everyone wanted to be when it came out. There were so many people releasing songs trying to be the next Since You've Been Gone. And I think that it's just it's really tight. It's got that great pop bounce to it. But Kelly Clarkson is one of those singers that I think that we don't appreciate her vocal talents enough. I think that she's really underrated as a vocalist because we see her as the American Idol winner. But she sounds great on this song, and most of her stuff from this time period, which is actually a really great time for her. Like, she released great music. So I think this song deserves to be on this list. I think 93 may be a little high. I think if it was in the hundreds, that would probably be right. But considering that last time it was on the list, it was at number 482. Wow. I think it'll, right? I think it'll balance out the next time it comes. Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm happy that this song is on here because I feel like on its initial airplay, like at the time, it just kind of got looked at as another pop song. Because this would have been I think this would have been easily compared to like Pink and not necessarily Biff Naked. But you're right, there was a bunch of others like Avril Lavigne, eventually Paramore. But yeah. The energy that it has in this song, the bridge especially, like when she gets like "Shut your mouth, I just can't take it" again and again and again. But it's sad that this is the only one on here. I would have loved to see because of you, even the duet that she does with Reba McEntire. I think that's incredible. And then you were talking about her vocal talents. I think one of her better vocal songs is "My Life Would Suck Without You." Kind of a similar vein, but a really good performance.
And Jay,
I blocked this song out for a very long time, a very, very long time, because it got overplayed on the radio. It got a lot of airplay on the radio back in the day. Back when I used to listen to the radio. Back when we all used to listen to the radio. And then you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I fell in love with this song. Pitch Perfect.
Oh.
Pitch Perfect. That montage is great. And then I re-listened to I've listened to the playlist of this like this section of the top 100 like 14 times in the last like 5 days. It's full of bangers, bro. Like this is still kind of like this is like an empowering song, somebody coming through some shit, but depending on the way that you interpret certain things, you know, it's still technically like this is still kind of a downer song, but this is like I'm not gonna let this shit stand in my way. You can go, you know, you can go,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Jay, did you say that you listened to this list 14 times?
Yes.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up. I haven't listened to this shit for fucking 4 months.
I just got the list 3 fucking days ago.
Thanks, Mr. Producer Man. Thanks a lot. Yeah, okay, you got us, whatever. So as we move on to number 92, Good Golly Miss Molly by Little Richard, let's have Jay start us off with this one.
Oh man, where to start, bro? You want to talk about some rock and roll? You gotta bring up Little Richard. Oh, bro, like honestly, there's a song coming up on this list soon that I honestly think steals a little bit from this song. And we will talk about it, and I know we'll get into it. I absolutely love this record, but like it goes with the same like it goes in the same vein of like Chubby Checkers, Twist and Shout for me. If I'm thinking of like classic rock and roll and I'm looking for a certain sound, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be shit like this. This is what I think of. I don't think of fucking Elvis like everybody else tends to think of. I think of people like Elvis is a piece of shit, bro. I will fucking fight anybody. Elvis is a piece of shit. But there are a couple other people on here that we're gonna have conversations about. But if you have never listened to Little Richard at all, I would say literally go out of your way, look him up. You will love it because it does not sound like what you think it will sound like.
Yeah, I agree. Little Richard is fantastic. First of all, let's give credit to him as the originator of putting the word little in your stage name. A lot of people owe this man royalties.
It's called a sample, sir.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people owe this man royalties for going woo and stealing him for decades. Yeah, this song slaps.
Oh,
this song is so good. I love this song. The energy behind it is just the most electric energy you will ever hear in a song. Like, you are in it with him. There is no way that you can listen to this song and not feel that electricity running. If you do, you are a robot. Yeah, this song is incredible. Little Richard is just throwing himself into this song. It is incredible. The piano sounds amazing. I cannot. The bass in this song is so underappreciated. Brooklyn.
Yeah, if there was a song that I could do the twist to and it wasn't the twist, it's definitely Good Golly Miss Molly. I just like the piano and the bass, and it's the best amount of rockabilly. I don't quite feel as I'm not as emotionally attached to Richard. I'm more so towards Chuck Berry. And just like his sound and like Mama Thornton as well. I kind of stand on her. But yeah, this is the best of the 50s and miles better than one Elvis Presley.
That right there, 100%. That fuck Elvis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also a chair too,
right?
Join us at the $10 Patreon level, and I will send you the twist.
Send us a receipt of the fact that you bought our shit, and we'll just send you a video of us doing the twist.
That's right, buy our shit. I gotta find that banner. Let's move on to number 91, UGK featuring Outkast. International Players Anthem, I Choose You. Let's have Brooklyn start us off while I try to find that banner.
Keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart. We talked about this whenever we did the playlist of rap groups. UGK and Outkast came up. But the beat in this is incredible. My favorite verse is probably the third one. Third one on the end. I like the kind of flow it has on the end. But yeah, anytime that you get Andre 3000 to open your song, you're making some pretty good choices.
Jay?
I have to disagree with you. The best verse in this is Andre 3000's verse. Like 100%. He does kind of what he did in like Aquemini, where it's not necessarily, there's not a whole lot of beat to it, but he's like, I seen every cutie and I see every cutie I see around town. And I'm just like, he's doing this and he's just writing this, like the intro to this instrumental, and he's just owning the hell out of it. And then you have everybody else come in, and I'm just like, okay. But I go back and I listen to this and I vibe the most with Andre 3000, the very beginning of this song. And don't get me wrong, like UGK has worked with like a lot of people that I enjoy listening to, like Meth and Red, like Paul Wall. They've worked with a lot of people, especially, East Coast, Southern rappers. So them hitting up Outkast, them hitting up Andre 3000, an ATL rapper, ATLians, is just one of those things that makes a whole bunch of sense. But the fact that Andre starts this song the way that he does and everybody else goes into it like it's a normal thing, I think that Andre elevates this song in a way that not a lot of people, like a lot of people say he's probably got the best verse, and it's not a basic statement to say because nobody has a bad verse on this track. I think probably the funniest line is, I'm like a child eating well, fed off some double D titties. It just cracks me up like every time I hear it. But I think that most people don't assume that East Coast rappers or even down South rappers are like very lyrical. So to open it up with this showcase of what Andre 3000 can do really puts this out there, puts it in the forefront. I played the song at work like 4 times today in my bar. Like I spent money to play this song.
Yeah. Yeah, this song is dope.
Some fucks, as the kids say.
Yeah. I think Jay's right. I don't think there's anybody that has a bad verse on here. And everyone's flow is so good. But for me, it's one of those moments where the production on this is one of the greatest in any hip hop song. That Willie Hutch sample is incredible. Like the way it's woven into the beat is absolutely seamless. It's just a banger of a song. Is it, man, 91 is such a interesting spot for this compared to some of the other songs we've talked about.
Be higher.
You think you could be higher?
I think, honestly, I think if we're going to choose a song that has a member of Outkast in it, even as a feature, technically, this could definitely be higher. Everybody here does their job and they do it flawlessly. I'm not talking like very much higher, but I could see this song hitting in like the 60s. And I think like 63, 64, 65 would be like a perfect spot on the list for this song.
I can see it getting higher. You're not wrong, actually. However, it is below Aretha Franklin's "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman." Hi, Carole King. Good to see you again. This song is so good. Like, the sway of this song, the horns when they come in, Aretha's voice just creates this incredible atmosphere and this wondrous sound. And that is such a perfectly written line. Like, that really is such a powerful statement. I think that's what every man wants. To be completely honest, is to make his girl feel like a natural woman. Yeah, I don't have really much else to say on this one. Jay.
I got into a lot of artists who were sampling other artists a long time ago, just because it's one of those really weird like YouTube rabbit holes that go down. Immortal Technique actually samples this song off of his album The Martyr. There is a song called Natural Beauty, and he samples this song, and it works so well that it made me go out and actually find this song. This song's a fucking banger. This song is probably one of the least depressing songs in this list. I haven't said it in like 5 songs, but I need to bring it up. She wants to smash her man. He makes her feel great. And you know what? Bar, you're right. You're 100% right, bro. That's what every woman wants, and that's what every man should strive to do. Because do you know how much of a fucking gangster you are if Aretha sings a song about you making her feel like a natural woman? Like, bro, she's out here singing a song about you, my guy. That puts you in the spotlight, and that means that everybody strives for that. Because there was a point in time where Aretha Franklin was the biggest name on the face of the planet, and is she gonna sing a song about me? Oh boy, you know I'm gonna be in that crowd cheesing. Like, what's up? Yeah, the song is about me.
And Brooklyn.
Yeah, this is my second favorite Aretha Franklin song. I won't reveal what the first one is, but I love the build. Love the build of this, like with the strings. I feel like Elton John kind of took some influence from this. But I love the harmony in the chorus, and it never has a line like just floated down. Like the way they go, you make me feel like a natural woman, and it's so soothing and so relaxing, and it's just, this is a really cool song. I would, if Aretha was singing this to me, I'd be like fluttering up in the air like a cartoon character.
So I wanna see if you guys can guess where this was on the 2010 list.
215.
55.
According to my research, and I could be wrong, I could have missed this, it wasn't even on the list.
Wow. Trick question. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Start the test over, bro.
That's bullshit. Bullshit. I want another question.
There is a difference between jail and prison, you dick.
All right. Okay. Moving on. Hey Jude by the Beatles, number 89. I know Brooklyn has talked about this song offhandedly a couple times, so we're going to save Brooklyn for last. Jay, how about you start?
Do you really want me to do that?
Yes, I do.
Really want me to do that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. There are so many na-na-nas in here, I thought I was listening to a Batman song. No, I joke, I kid. This is actually the song that I was talking about when we brought up Good Golly.
Jay, I'm sorry. The only non jokes we accept here are Blink-182 jokes.
Well, turn the lights off and carry me home.
The only time we accept it is when I go, nah.
No, me and my other manager at work were talking about this song, and he was like, "Do you think that John Lennon wrote this song before or after he abused the shit out of Jules?" And I was like, "That's the darkest joke on the face of the planet." But there's a lot that goes on in this, and it is in the Judes at the very end, like the na Jude, like the repetition of it, where you start to get that like screechy, stressed vocal tone, and it sounds a lot like Little Richard. It sounds a lot like it did remind me of like Good Golly Miss Molly. I'm not the world's biggest Beatles fan, we've already covered this. My grandmother is though. But I know this song. Yes, bro, we get it. You're my grandmother. Calm down. You're both my grandparents. All right.
It's so nice to see you.
I brought you
look
some
like
licorice.
you're starving.
I have some Doritos in the closet.
But I'm not gonna lie. If you look at the lyrical breakdown of this, 80% of the song is Nas, fam. This song's a little high for me, but it's also not one of my favorite Beatles songs.
Well,
yeah.
Jay, funny you should mention how high this is. Because last time,
How high?
this was number 8.
Oh, it still hasn't fallen far enough.
Wow.
Wow.
I will say I love this song. So Paul kind of took the lead when it came to writing this one. And so it's funny you should mention the kid thing, because this is kind of about John's kid, Jules. They just kind of tinkered with the name, and apparently he changed Jules to Jude because of the musical Oklahoma, where there's a character named Judd, which is the wildest combination I've ever heard in my life. But it's another one of those songs where where Paul's sentimentality really does shine through, and his voice is just so rich and dense, and it's got so much heart to it. I love it. I think it's infectious. And when you get to the na 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 part, I actually love that, because it's that big euphoric moment of everyone coming together trying to cheer this kid up. I think it's a beautiful statement. Brooklyn, tell us your trash take.
Okay, I've come up a little bit on this.
Brooklyn has a trash take, but I did.
I used to be like hard, like this is a Paul song. No, this is not as much of a Paul song. It's definitely led by Paul, but it is a Beatles song. Like there is some nice drum work. There's some drum work in the end. I do like the harmonies that George and John provide, but George and John are definitely pushed back so that Paul can shine with his piano. Also during that na 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 part, some of this kind of the scat that he's doing doesn't quite sell for me. I'd rather just he's going for almost like a Janis Joplin style, and I don't think it quite works. Unless you're going way back to back in the USSR, that like those kind of days, or that era, I guess, of Beatles. But yeah, it's fine.
All right, fair enough, I guess. So, with that, if my computer would, there we go. With that, we're going to move on to number 88, "Sweet Child of Mine" by Guns N' Roses. First of all, I think this is a perfect spot for this song. I think that this song has really dug its way into pop culture. I'm going to keep it short, though, because what else is there really to say about this song that hasn't already been said? We could talk about the carousel guitar, like that Sting would use to just practice before you creating the song. What's that?
You mean Slash?
Slash. Sorry.
You say Clash?
No, he said Sting.
My God, I said Sting.
Oh, I thought he said
yeah, Slash. Oh my God. Okay. We could talk about that. We could talk about how like the ending of the song with the "Where Do We Go" was just kind of off the cuff. Yeah, it's a pop culture staple for a reason. It's an incredible song. I love it. Brooklyn.
When we threw this on for words are hard sometimes. Whenever I put this on for a realist before the show, I let out a very big heavy sigh because I fucking hate this song.
Whoa!
It's overplayed. Like the disdain that I have for the Byrds version of Mr. Tambourine Man, not quite as much. But yeah, "Sweet Child of Mine" is overplayed. So many people have played that carousel intro to death. It's a good intro. but Slash is a lead guitarist, and they don't have enough strong rhythm to kind of get them through there. Axl's voice is grinding at times. It's sad because I would actually like they have some good songs. November Rain I would actually put on here because I think it just has enough kind of mix and it gives time for Slash to shine. But it feels like in the verses like Slash doesn't really know what to do. And yeah, like the drums and the bass are kind of insignificant, and yeah, this has been covered to death.
Oh my god! Like, oh god,
What? Huh?
Soggy Bottom, December 25th.
Yeah, I think Mr. Producer Man had a little too much to drink. Jay, you seem to be pointing at Brooklyn. Go ahead.
Where do we go now? We go to the next fucking song. This song is way too high on this.
Okay, I'm going to take over the production right now. Mr. Producer Man can take a nap, apparently. God damn it, Jay. Let's move on to the next section of the list, because apparently I'm the only one who is a sane person here. As we move on to number 87, All My Friends by LCD Sound System. Brooklyn, start us off with this one.
Yeah, shout outs to DJ Bones. He was a big fan of this. Whenever we talked about like dance songs on Jukebox Playlist, and Scott Harvey as well is a big fan. Dance Yourself Clean is an incredible song, but I love the uses of only the two chords in this song. He's just banging on that A note, and it's staying there the entire time. If you've ever listened to LCD Sound System before, he takes his time with kind of building the tension, and I think it works really well here. This is a very much a vibe song, very fun to relax to. Yeah, if you love indie pop, I would highly recommend it.
Jay.
This song does not put me in a vibe mood. As a matter of fact, I've never heard of LCD Sound System before. I've looked them up recently. I know some of their songs. This song orally gives me fucking anxiety. I do not like that. No, bro, no. Like, I can hear it in two different speeds in each one of my fucking headphones. This song is not for like the neurodivergent group unless that is your jam, because this shit puts me on edge. This song gave me a panic attack listening to it. I do not like this song whatsoever.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely understand. I don't know a lot of LCD Sound System. They're one of those acts that I've had so many people tell me is one of the greatest groups of all time. It's a name that has come up multiple times in conversations with my music friends, and I've just never really heard a lot from them. Maybe like 4 songs, and this is one of them. I think it's great, but number 87, that seems a little crazy to me. Obviously, they have a super passionate fan base. That's cool. That's great, in fact. But 87. Okay. Now, 86, we have Tumbling Dice by the Rolling Stones, which, Jay, you start us off with this one, actually.
I don't like this song either. I really don't. There's nothing wrong with it. There's just nothing there that emotionally connects me to this song. There's nothing in this song that speaks to it being the 86th greatest song of all time, other than the individuals who are a part of performing this song. And I don't think that showing preferential treatment to a band that, you know, a magazine may or may not have been a part of, you know, to me, that doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. There's not a lot that I like about the song. and I'm gonna keep that short.
So I think that this is way too high. I think that it's a good song. I will say that the one thing that I think is incredible about this song is the production. I think the production of the song is S tier production work because the sound is great. Like you play this in a car and it sounds amazing. Otherwise, for this to be higher than some of the other Stones songs that we've covered, such as Paint It Black or Sympathy for the Devil.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. It's way too high. Brooklyn.
Yeah, I would agree. I wish we could have carried Paint It Black on our backs and just carried it with us the whole way and then just set it right here. That's our problem. I probably would have swapped them. This is an okay song. I've heard it a million times on the radio, but never was able to put like a name to it. So whenever I saw it here, I was like, okay, let's figure out why it is. And you're right. The production is cool. I like how they end off in the chorus. Like their backup vocals are incredible. And I think what gets the song on this list in particular is the outro. I think the outro is really nice. It just kind of has a nice little build to it. But I also completely understand the Jay, just a middle of the road song.
So fun fact. Last time on this list, this song was number 433.
That's a perfect spot for the song.
I might agree with that, Jay.
That's a perfect spot for the song.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But apparently,
Sympathy for the Devil and Paint It Black are phenomenal songs and leaps and bounds ahead of this one.
This is also above Wild Horses.
And this, yeah.
Did we talk about You Can't Always Get What You Want yet?
We have not.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Good.
He's like, good. Fingers crossed. Good.
Yeah. Next, we go to Kiss by Prince at number 85. Brooklyn, how about you start us off?
This is a fucking jam and a half. And like whenever Coho was like, this guy is overrated, I would be like, hello, I present to you Kiss. This is a fucking great, like the percussiveness that he has in the guitar, like an incredible funk guitarist, and just like the energy that he has when he comes into the chorus. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cruel to rule my world. I just want a little extra touch in your kiss. It's just like bring up the banner, Andrew. This song is about sex. This is about getting it on.
Oh well, I'm not the one. Okay, let me.
It's literally the first lyric of the song. You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. Like, bro, no, this song is about sex, baby. Let's talk about you. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong song. Sex. Oh, it's
gone. Yeah, so I like this song. I think it deserves its spot on this list.
Don't you dare.
But shut up.
Who is our producer?
I'm not allowed to tell. Contractual obligations.
That's fair.
So I think the song deserves a spot on this list. But when I compare it to other songs such as Raspberry Beret or 1999, I think those songs are better, and they were below this at like higher numbers. So like, I get why it's here. I understand that the tight groove, the excellent production, and Prince's ability to sing while doing this interesting inflection. It's a great choice. I'll allow it, but like I think that there are better Prince songs that we have covered before this one.
I argue that there's only two better songs than this. Let's Go Crazy, and one song we are absolutely talking about later.
Probably. It's When Doves Cry.
If Purple Rain is not on this list, we rise.
Oh, When Doves Cry is better than Kiss.
Oh,
so,
okay. Okay,
but yeah, When Dust Cries is also a great song.
we were about to have some words, sir.
All right. Okay. Last time it was on the list though, 464.
I think
Man,
85 is a little high.
they did it. I think they just took like a handful of songs from the 400 and they're like, let's just
Hold on.
throw them in here.
Can I say something about this before we go? Because I didn't get a chance to speak on it.
Oh no.
Yeah, sex is not what I was gonna say, but I mean, I think that there are 2 songs on the Batman soundtrack from 1989 that are better than Kiss.
Okay, moving
Future
on.
and Party Man, fucking fight me. Future and Party Man are better than Kiss, and I like Kiss. It's the most feel-good song on the list so far, with the exception of maybe this.
I'm so in love with you. Number 84, Al Green, Let's Stay Together. Yes.
Sex!
Yeah, absolutely. This is absolutely a sex piece.
Absolutely.
Al Green is just mint. He's like one of the greatest of the 70s. And this song is just so goddamn smooth. The instrumentation in this, it's so slinky, but it's classy at the same time. This song just exudes lovemaking. And it's not sex in this song; it is making love. This song is dope. Brooklyn.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. One, I think the ideal scenario for this is at a roller park with the big disco and just like holding with your girl or your man, and just throwing down, having a time. Second, I would swap this and Love and Happiness. I would agree. Wow. Okay, I wasn't sure how that was gonna go, but yeah, I think Love and Happiness is better. This is smooth. This is smooth like caramel. But yeah, I like the bounce and energy of Love and Happiness.
I don't think it should be in the exact same spot that Love and Happiness is at because that's way too high. But swap them in general, I agree.
Yeah.
Jay.
This is the song that actually introduced me to Al Green. So this song has like a special spot in my heart. And I know a lot of people who play this at weddings, and I'm like, why are you doing that? You're just letting us know what's about to happen at the honeymoon. Like, stop.
Like it's a fucking surprise. Like you go to a wedding and you're like, oh yeah, they're gonna play crib after. Well, I mean, they're gonna play crib.
As long as I'm down to play crib too. I mean, we got 3 people. We can do this. Sex, definitely sex. But no, I absolutely love this song. There's nothing else to say about this song.
Fair. It's a easy one to talk about. As we move on to a harder one to talk about, Desolation by Bob Dylan. Brooklyn, start us off.
Okay, so I threw this song on, and at the 7-minute mark, I'm like, this song is still fucking.
You mean the halfway mark?
Yeah, I was like, there's still 4 minutes left of this. It's like when people go and think about Bob Dylan as a guy who just mumbles about lyrics, this is the song that they go to, and it's good. It's really good songwriting. Like this will be fun in a way to go back to. But holy shit, this is long in the tooth.
Fair. I'll go next. I like this song a lot. It's one of those ones where it's the poetry and the songwriting that I pay more attention to, and I get wrapped up in it. Do I feel the length? Yeah, every once in a while I do. But I don't know. I really like this song a lot. It's weird though, because there was a song by The War on Drugs recently, where one of the lines was about him and someone going to a Bob Dylan concert and dancing to this song, and I've like, you dance to this? How do you dance to this song? But tangent aside, I like this song a lot. I get it. The length is a big factor for some people. 83 may not be the right place for it. But on a songwriting standpoint, I get it. Jay.
Song's like 11 minutes and 17 seconds long. It's 12 minutes too long.
Okay.
I said some very nice things about Bob Dylan 17 songs ago. Let's be real here.
Mm-hmm.
I like Bob Dylan. Some of his stuff, you know. I
feel like we're gonna get one of these impersonations like every time we bring him up on an episode.
You really are, though. That's just it. That's what he's known for. I feel like, you know, you call this song long in the tooth. People ask if they can feel the length. Porn stars have felt less length.
Jesus Christ.
My goal has been to break Brooklyn all night, and it's working, and I love it.
All right. Let's move on. I will say, this song has jumped up over 100 spots. It was at 187 the last time this list came out. So this
go back. You put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
So help me.
Yeah. Every 10 spots it goes down, it loses a minute.
Quick, put it at number 1. It'll be 2 seconds long.
All right, moving on to number 82. Adele, Rolling in the Deep. Speaking of people who've done Bob Dylan songs before, I'm going to start off with this one because this is one of those rare moments where I was right. I remember when this song first came out, and I listened to it because I liked Adele. I listened to 19, the album. I really liked it a lot, so I was keeping an eye on her. And this song came out, and I immediately went up to like everyone I could find and went, "You got to listen to this song. This song is going to be a banger. This song is going to be a giant smash hit." And it's one of the rare moments where I was absolutely right. First of all, Adele sounds incredible on this song. She always does, but in this song in particular, the power in her vocals really gets to shine. And there's so much emotion wrapped into those vocals. That opening guitar, that power chord almost, really builds the tension that this song is trying to create. And then just that explosion of a chorus where it's like her and the backing vocals, and they're just like combining into this like supernova of like rage and emotion. Yeah, this song is fantastic. I could see this song slipping on the next list, but I don't think it would be slipping by much. Jay.
I actually kind of disagree with you on that sentiment in of itself. I can see the song going higher, especially with like people finally getting over the panini or this Panic at the Disco, and you know, suffering these incredible fucking breakups. And this is a fucking breakup song. Like it literally says it right here in the lines. But you know, there was a fire in my heart. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably my favorite Adele song. And I turned my car only goes up to like, my car stereo only goes up to like 45, 50. I had this bitch up today driving into work, and I was just like, yeah, let's fucking go. I fucking absolutely love this song. This is probably the best I've ever heard Adele. And I've listened, you know, I listened to not a lot of her. But she belts, bro. She can belt with some of the greatest out there. And it works for me in this. And the fact that she works that rolling in the deep in the backing vocals, and you could just fucking hear it, was one of those things that made me go back and re-listen to this song lower, in lower volume, so I could hear a little bit better what's happening in the background. The background of this song is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Brooklyn.
This song fucking slaps. Like S. Like I agree with Jay. Favorite Adele song. This is her best Adele song. Like we were arguing about Easy on Me and the end of the year debate. I was like, you need your voice and piano. Yeah, you need your voice and piano, but then you have this, but then you have that incredible like guitar, the piano, the drums in this have such a nice boom to it. It's crazy that before this album, I only really knew her for Just Chasing Pavements, and that was an okay song. And I remember the video coming up for this, and it was like,
what?
Holy, what was that?
Chasing Pavements is just okay.
It's I mean, like when you when you look at her discography now, it's like, it's good, but it's not her best.
Oh my god, to continue on.
But when you've had more,
this is fucking incredible. I love songs that use backing vocals as kind of like an echo. It's not necessarily a call and answer. It has a nice layering. I've gotten to play this song at jam sessions before with my cousin and my uncle, and it's fucking incredible. There's not.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one more thing I gotta say. This is one of my favorite songs to cover, or one of the favorite songs that has been covered. The Glee version of this is really cool, with Leah Michele and Jonathan Groff.
Oh my god!
I will go look it up. I will trust that opinion.
And Go Radio does an excellent pop punk cover of this song. I think this song really works well in pop punk.
Go to bed, Brooklyn.
Why
do I feel like Coho is our producer?
Once again, contractually obligated to not say anything until the final episode. Tune in.
Spoiler
and it's Kirk Kolakowski.
That'd be great.
Yo!
As we move on to number 81, I'm waiting for the man, the Velvet Underground. Let's start with Jay.
I'm waiting for my $26 in my hand. This song is about buying heroin or paying for heroin, and it is by far not the song that I thought would be on this list. But this is if you ask anybody who knows who the Velvet Underground is, this is a lot of people's favorite Velvet Underground song. And I get it. There's I don't like using words like proto sounds, but this is definitely a proto punk song. I can hear a lot of what's going on in this song in The Clash, in fucking Anarchy in the UK, the Sex Pistols stole. I don't want to say stole. That's not a fair statement to make. They used a lot of this sound and modified it, but the song is very simple at its core, and I kind of like simple songs. I don't think that songs need to be overly overly manipulated. If you have a good song, and people will still be talking about it 5 years in the future, you hit a great fucking song.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, we were talking about pop punk earlier, and I was just kind of trying to get a question, but I believe I remember it. Excuse me. The guitar work in this, you're right, Jay. It's very simple, but I think that's kind of works for this. This is the very early example of pop punk. I don't think that it's super you were talking about Sex Pistols and whatnot. I don't think it leans that much into punk, but it definitely has that. It definitely has that influence. Lou Reed is always going to be one of the most charismatic vocalists. Doesn't have the biggest range, but he's going to draw you with how he's delivering it, and just that kind of that internal sway that he almost has.
This song it sounds amazing. I can't really say much more than you guys have already said. I will say that David Bowie, if I'm not mistaken, David Bowie said that the most influential band that he's ever heard is the Velvet Underground. And I can totally understand why, because for being released in 1967, this is the sound of 70s rock.
Yeah,
if you think about it, 70s garage, underground rock. This is that. So yeah, great song. I think this is a good spot for it, especially considering how influential it is. Speaking of influential, Ray Charles with "What I Say" at number 80. This song is a fucking banger. Like this song is incredible. So Frank Sinatra said that the only true genius working in music was Ray Charles, and
Well, it's because he didn't write his own music.
Shots fired. So the groove in this is amazing. That piano line is one of Ray Charles's best piano lines, like ever. Especially like when you get like to the part like after the chorus. And it's also just one of the most infectious choruses of all time. You can literally feel the groove that Ray Charles was probably like shaking to as he's recording this in this song. It is absolutely infectious. The fact that it has dropped from 10 to 80 is kind of sad. Brooklyn.
So I've been waiting to talk about this song since way back, since Could You Be Loved. I was referencing that there was like 3 songs that I've been listening to on loop. Could You Be Loved, I Can't Stand the Rain, and What I Say. If there's anybody that we gotta stand in this song that isn't quite mentioned, it is Milt Turner, the fucking drummer. Like, I want to bring back Jukebox Playlist to do drummers. It's so technically profound, doing the swinging triplets of like ding, 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 ding. And it's just, it's so clear throughout. Like, it doesn't ever get muddy. He keeps that beat, and it's just so. I'm impressed and amazed, and I love going back to this song. Also, I would have loved to have been in a bar hearing this live, and like whenever they kind of do like the half stop and then they get right back into it, because he builds that tension so fucking good. And I like just the way that he's able to kind of work the crowd and work the singers. It's this is the blues song. This is the bar to surpass. It's not going to be surpassed.
And Jay.
Hey. I will say this. As much as this is like rhythm and blues, this song seems more jazzy to me. And maybe it's just the way that the piano comes in. But this is like literally that. This is that call and deliver. This is that call and repeat that like a lot of people have done ever since like something like this came out. But this is like that one where you're like, okay, no, I can see it. And this is the reason why. And it works so well. This is a song that I think would do incredibly well live, because even when I listen to this song in the car, while I'm playing Madden against opponents and I'm talking shit to them, when this song comes up and he's like, just repeat after me, hey, like I'm literally yelling hey into my fucking microphone every time. And my opponent's like, what the fuck is this white boy doing? I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm listening to Ray Charles. Like, what do you want me to say? This song's a fucking banger. This song slaps. This song fucks, bro. I hope that there's a little more Ray Charles on this list. But I think 80 is a really good spot for this song.
Yeah. As I'm happy that it's in the top 100. I'll say that. As we move on to number 79, Back to Black by Amy Winehouse. I'm going to have Brooklyn start us off with this one.
Production on this is incredible. I'm just learning now as you scroll down that Mark Ronson is the producer on this. Piano is super super dark and rich, and it matches her vocals so well. She has that right amount of kind of like graveliness, especially whenever you have especially when she gets down to those lower tones. And any time that a vocalist is kind of similar to a saxophone, when you have like that natural vibrato, it sounds sexy, and it sounds like very kind of seductive and sultry. I mean, she is a member of the 27 Club, so we didn't really get to get a lot of her work, but the stuff that she has out there is incredible.
Jay.
I'm not going to drink during this. Just in memory of Amy Winehouse. This is actually probably one of the only songs that like really makes me think about a lot of shit. She does mournful really well. And I think that a lot of that can be shown in a song like this. I think it's a little low personally for me, just with my musical tastes, but the song is a banger in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. I love this song. I think it's great. The melody that she creates is absolutely instantly memorable. The drums on this song are fantastic. I will say, not my favorite Amy Winehouse song. If I was actually to pick a different Amy Winehouse song to slip into here, it would be "You Know That I'm No Good." But I think that this song would only be just a little behind that if we did that. But yeah, I think mournful is a great way of putting it. Yeah, absolutely a classic of the modern era. Definitely deserves a spot on this list. As we move on to number 78, Reach Out, I'll Be There by the Four Tops. Jay, how about you start us off with this one?
I think the Four Tops is one of those bands that like a lot of people think that they know about until they hear some shit that they don't understand. And they're like, oh, hey, look, I mean, it happens, buddy. Like it's there, but they're one of those like quintessential like quintuplet bands where you're like, oh, hey, look, you know, I've heard this great group of like four people, and you're like, okay, cool. Is it Boys the Men? No, it's the Four Tops. What's the Four Tops? What do you mean? What's the Four Tops? You've never heard of this? And then you go down a rabbit hole, and then you get a banger like Reach Out and I'll Be There. This song is a lifesaver to a lot of people. I know a lot of people in the mental health field who like send this song to people and they're like, oh, goddamn, dude, I resonate with this. Cool, just reach out and I will be there. It's essentially a song that people send to save a life. And I love songs like this. This song is mournful. This song is uplifting. This song hits a lot of emotion for me. I absolutely love this song and the Four Tops.
Yeah, I am a big fan of the Four Tops. My dad is a big fan of the Four Tops. He actually got to see them live, and I'm very jealous of that. Levi Stubbs sounds incredible on this song. Like, he reaches the top of his vocal range, but it really works. That goddamn tambourine. That goddamn tambourine that leads into the chorus is so perfect, as well as the I want to say that it's a clarinet, which in the intro.
It's an oboe.
Is it an oboe?
No, it's a clarinet.
Okay, good. I was about to say. I always think
I gotta figure that out.
All right, you do that. But I also want to bring up my boys again, Holland, Dozier, and Holland on the production crew. These guys were the leaders of Motown when it came to the sound of it. And they do not get enough credit as a production team. Holland, Dozier, and Holland is one of the greatest. And this song just sounds incredible. Like it fills a room, it fills a space, and the lyrics are so fantastic. It is something that so many people can relate to. Just the want and need of someone else around you in times of trouble, in times of need. I think this is probably the best of the songs that I know of that I can think of at the top of my head when it comes to that theme. Yeah, song's incredible.
Stall for 2 more seconds. I just gotta fact check something.
Yeah, go ahead. So as Brooklyn's fact checking him, I want to talk more about Levi Stubbs and how that man was an underrated vocalist.
Great barbecue sauce.
I've never had Stubbs barbecue sauce, honestly. Oh.
All right.
And you're muted.
There we go. Okay, yeah, so the instrument is actually, so I thought it was a flute, but then I remember that there's an instrument quite smaller than a flute, that it's higher in octave. So it's a piccolo.
Piccolo.
Yeah, it's piccolo. But if so what the Supremes, "You Keep Me Hanging On," that's what this song is for the Four Tops. It just has that. It has that booming kind of tempo, and it keeps it that entire time. Kirk was saying a couple episodes ago, he's a sucker for upright bass. I'm a sucker for double time drums. If you're able to keep that and not have it sound repetitive, you're doing a good thing.
I want to double check something myself now that you bring up "You Keep Me Hanging On," because I think I did this last time. Once again, Holland, Dozier, and Holland, folks. Look them up.
It's literally right there.
Well, I was talking about for the Supreme song, but still. All right, we move on to number 77, The Modern Lovers with Roadrunner. So last time on the list, going back to the Four Top song, that was 209. So that's jumped up a lot. This was 274. And I'm shocked.
Can it go back to 274? Yeah.
Oh, Brooklyn, you start us off then.
Yeah, 1, 2. Like as a musician, it kind of trolls you because he counts in 6. So you're like, oh, this guy's gonna be kind of cool and do a 6/4 song. But no, it's a 4/4 song. It's standard punk. I'd swap this with the Velvet Underground song. But yeah.
Okay. So I really like garage rock a lot, especially like the 60s and 70s era of garage rock. I really like this song a lot. It's got a great energy. It's got a great driving force to it. When they all sing along with each other, it creates this like sense of unity. It's a super simple song. It's a very short song too, if I'm remembering correctly. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It knows what it is. It doesn't, it takes its time, but not too long. And it's a fun little bop. I think 77's high, but I understand. Jay.
Well, it's no Desolation Row. No.
Dude, if there was an 11-minute version of this song, no, I just
bro. This is the 11-minute version of this, but it's done at the speed of a Roadrunner.
He's got you there. Got you there. I'm gonna bring that one up.
There we go. No, I'm not actually very familiar with the Modern Lovers or Roadrunner. So I'm just gonna keep it at that.
Fair enough. As we move into the final episode song of this episode, "I Walk the Line" by Johnny Cash. I'm gonna have Jay start us off with this one.
There's a reason why I wear all black. And it is this man. I thoroughly enjoy this song. There's a lot of things, like we've used the word mournful a lot. But I don't think there's anybody who encompasses that more than Johnny Cash. And this is just one of those songs where you listen to it and it's like, okay, well, what's the line? And then he gives you so much information, and you just there are better Johnny Cash songs, but I think that this song is in the perfect spot, because I think most people only know Johnny Cash for like 3 songs, and this isn't one of them. And Joaquin Phoenix is the reason why this song has made a resurgence.
See, I would disagree. I think this is the first Johnny Cash song that I ever heard of.
Really?
Yeah, this is the first Johnny Cash song that I've ever listened to, if I'm remembering it correctly, at least. It's just the perfect combination of smart lyrics, great instrumentation, fantastic production, and a incredibly memorable melody. Like, it's not just. What's weird is that I guess there's technically a chorus, but it doesn't kind of sound like your traditional chorus, the way it builds into it. Brooklyn's giving me a face right now. But like, I love the construction of this song. slow tempo that kind of like builds into it. Then it kind of goes into like the chugging guitars and all that. I love this song a lot. It's been a part of my my life for a long time. And Johnny Cash just sounds incredible on here. That rich bassy baritone is perfect. Brooklyn.
Keep a close watch on this heart of mine. You're muted, buddy.
Got you.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no chorus to this because I think this is a textbook American folk song. It just kind of repeats the same thing. It has that similar ending, but that's kind of the thing about it. For every time that we praise vocalists with an extremely high range, like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Ariana Grande, we gotta appreciate the fuckers that can sing low because it's just as hard to sing low. And Johnny Cash is one of the best to do it.
Facts.
I love whenever he's picking the bass notes in the guitar because it kind of gives that vibe that he's on a horse and that those notes are the horse kind of walking. I love songs that use multiple key changes. It's nice because my friend's mom had a Johnny Cash tape in their van, so I got very accustomed to this. Ring of Fire, One Piece at a Time, A Boy Named Sue. Just an incredible
Folsom Prison Blues. I've been
if
everywhere.
If I could only name 5 country artists, he's the first one that I mentioned. The second one is Shania Twain. Shania Twain is the queen of country.
Second, facts.
And I will die on that hill.
All right. With that is the end of this section of the list. Now, normally,
so what do we do now though? Because we normally put a song in the top 100. But
Brooklyn, would you probably ask, where do we go? Where do we go?
For fuck's sakes, no.
So I think we'll just keep it simple. What's the best song in this section of the list? If you had to instantly put one of these in the top 25, let's do it that way.
What did I say? By a mile.
What one?
What did I say? By a mile.
Okay, good choice. I'm still deciding. So, Jay, do you?
I'm tied with 3 songs.
All right, what are they?
It is this last one. It is "I Walk the Line" by Johnny Cash. It is 99 Problems by Jay-Z, and honestly, it is the song that we started this list off with. Number 100 itself, "Blowing in the Wind." I think that those songs are underappreciated in every single asset or every single facet and aspect of what they do and what they bring to music, not only their own genres, but the genres that they have helped influence over the years and the generations. Whether it's storytelling, whether it's the way that you mix certain things. I think that these are songs that people will look back on, and I think all 3 of them will probably be higher. I don't see either one of them going lower, or any of them going lower.
Man, I'm kind of split between 2 of them. Because I'm kind of split between Reach Out. Well, actually, no, 3 as well.
It's Andrew that has to pick one.
What?
I thought,
what? 99 Problems. I would put 99 Problems in the top 25 any day of the week.
I'm kind of split between In My Life by the Beatles, Good Golly Miss Molly by Little Richard, and Reach Out, I'll Be There by the Four Tops. And if I'm going to be completely honest to myself, which one of these songs would I listen to the most often? Probably Good Golly Miss Molly. I'm going to go with Little Richard.
Still a good choice. It's still a good choice.
Yeah. So with that, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Jay, so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. What are your thoughts overall on the section of the list before you go?
Again, a majority of these songs depressing as hell. I still had a good time. Sex. I'm not a fucking horn dog. Regardless of what my fan base has said about me, It is not necessarily true. It's not inaccurate, but it's not 100% true. But again, 100 through 75 is one of those really weird things because you're like, these are great songs. Out of a list of 500, we're in the top 20% at this point in time. Like, you know, these are going to be songs that strike a chord, and I don't think that every song in the top 100 through 75 deserve to be there. And it's the Rolling Stones song that sticks out the most to me. But I'm also not a part of the individual group that makes this list. I can't wait to see what the rest of them are. Thanks for having me. Long time, first time.
Thank you so much for coming on, Jay. Brooklyn, we did it though. We got through another section.
I'm kind of sad that I'm kind of counting down the episodes. You only have 3 episodes left, and then it's over.
Yeah, absolutely.
What am I going to do after this? I'm going to have to find a new show. I'm going to have to get another lease. Mr. Gordon, where can I do a show?
Brooklyn's just going to start randomly messaging people. Hey, so you got any more of those shows you want to do?
You got any more of them podcasts?
But with that, thank you all for watching. That's Jay Burnz. That's Brooklyn Vale. And I am Andrew James Barr. Keep on rocking.
Drive safely.